Hey everybody, hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be checking out Taylor Swift's vault tracks from the Red album.
I know I'm probably better off on my own than loving a man who didn't know what he had when he had it. And I see the permanent damage you did to me. Never again, I just wish I could forget when it was magic. I wish it wasn't 4 a.m. Standing in the mirror saying to myself, you know you had to do it. I know the bravest thing I ever did was run. Sometimes in the middle of the night I can feel you again, but I just miss you and I just wish you were a better man.
That is very warm.
I know we had to say goodbye like the back of my hand, but I just miss you and I just wish you were a better man, a better man. I know I'm probably better off all alone than needing a man who could change his mind at any given minute. And it was always on your terms. I waited on every careless word, hoping they might turn sweet again, like it was in the beginning. But your jealousy, oh, I can hear it now, talking down to me, like I'd always be around. Push my love away, like it was some kind of loaded gun. Oh, you never thought I'd run. Sometimes in the middle of the night I can feel you again, but I just miss you and I just wish you were a better man. I know we had to say goodbye like the back of my hand, but I just miss you and I just wish you were a better man, a better man. I hold on to this pride because these days it's all I have,
Okay.
and I gave to you my best, and we both know you can't say that. I wish you were a better man. I wonder what we would have become if you were a better man. We might still be in love if you were a better man. You would have been the one if you were a better man. Sometimes in the middle of the night I can feel you again, but I just miss you and I just wish you were a better man. I know we had to say goodbye like the back of my hand, but I just miss you and I just wish you were a better man, a better man. We might still be in love if you were a better man.
It's kind of hard to tell, but the backing vocals on this, it would have been kind of neat if she used some of her original recordings. I'm not sure the legality behind that since it's a stolen version and these are re-recordings of vault tracks. But since the tracks themselves were never released, it'd be interesting if she did that. And I say that because it sounds like there's just a little bit more chime in the backing vocals. I understand they're muted down, there's a slight chorus effect on them, but the vocals themselves inherently sound just like almost a touch younger. So it'd be kind of cool if that's what she did. I have no idea if she did or if there's a legality behind that in any kind of way. but she may have.
I know why we had to say goodbye like the back of my hand. But I just miss you and I just wish you were a better man. A better man. We might still be in love if you were a better man. You would have been the one if you were a better man.
Yeah, so not a bad first vault track. Sonically, nothing really blew me away from this particular song. It leans more in that cinematic country vibe from songs I've heard in her past. But lyrically, I really enjoyed this one. It's coming from a place of honesty. She's basically saying, there was this guy, I'm assuming it's Jake Gyllenhaal, since that's what a lot of these songs are about, who kind of took her for granted. She saw it. She understood like the back of her hand, being taken advantage of. And, this dude basically thought that Taylor would always be around because he was such a great catch and he could basically be incredibly dismissive to her. But then there's that classic like Taylor honesty that we get from a lot of these tracks. It's kind of very self-reflective and it's like doesn't always put you in the best light, but it's at least an honest picture. She talks about realizing all of these things and seeing the downfall of the relationship and being treated like this, but she still can't help now after the relationship is gone wishing that he was a better man. If he was actually a good person and treated her right, like he could have been the one, and she can't help but reflect on that. It's easy just to hate your exes or hate anybody that's wronged you, but in reality there's no on-off switch to love. There's no on-off switch to really even liking somebody. We might have moments of aggression or moments of passion where we say things that we don't mean, but like deep down, like inherently as people, I don't think we can turn that switch off and on so easily. At least it doesn't happen that way for me.
They tell you while you're young, girls go out and have your fun. Then they hunt and slay the ones who actually do it. Criticize the way you fly when you're soaring through the sky. Shoot you down and then they sigh and say she looks like she's been through it. Lord, what will become of me once I've lost my novelty? I've had too much to drink tonight, and I know it's sad, but this is what I think about. And I wake up in the middle of the night. It's like I can feel time moving. How can a person know everything at 18 but nothing at 22?
So true.
And we still want me when I'm nothing new.
Cute.
Ooh.
All this crying in my room.
That must be Phoebe.
When you can't blame it on my youth and roll your eyes with affection. And my cheeks are growing tired from turning red and faking smiles. Are we only biding time till I lose your attention
And someone else lights up the room. People love an ingenue.
Ingenue.
I've had too much to drink tonight. How did I go from growing up to breaking down? And I wake up in the middle of the night. It's like I can feel time moving. How can a person know everything at 18 but nothing at 22? Will you still want me when I'm nothing new?
I know someday I'm gonna meet her. It's a fever dream,
The kind of radiance you only have at 17.
she'll know the way and then she'll say she got the map from me.
I'll say I'm happy for her, then I'll cry myself to sleep. Oh,
Okay, that's beautiful.
I've had too much to drink tonight, but I wonder if they'll miss me once they drive me out. I wake up in the middle of the night, and I can feel time moving. How can a person know everything at 18, but nothing at 22? And will you still want me? Will you still want me? Will you still want me when I'm nothing new?
So the general structure of this song I enjoyed more than Better Man. I enjoy that kind of folksy, touch of lullaby, hint of cinematics, and just like a drop of dramatics to a song. Like that's like the perfect formula for things that I enjoy, but a well-constructed song. And I think this one really has it. And I think Phoebe did a great job as well. I think they both actually did a really good job. The way they kind of like work off of each other's harmonies by basically going in the front and the back of where your main ear is drawn to, and basically add a chorus effect and a little bit of reverb, and just like how it like kind of spreads out in the background. It's not a it's not a decibel for decibel harmony, which basically just means it's the same level, and then it basically just sounds like it's this massive stereo thing. I like what they did here. It just has more of a chorus type effect, and just leads it into being more of it sounding like a choir than an actual rich harmony. Which is fine, because a song like this is delicate. You have like the light strum of the guitars, the touch of the accent melody coming from the piano with a good amount of chorus on that as well, to the point where it almost sounds like a bell. So it's just adding like that nice bit of chime. Again, I think we're getting one of those self-reflective songs here where, it's a song about doubt, and whether she's talking about somebody in particular or possibly even her career, I don't know, might be leading in both of those directions. She knows she's not going to always be the new thing. She knows that she's not always going to be this bright, cheery little, new novelty, she calls it. That eventually something will come up that will seem better than her and will possibly replace her. Taylor's all about longevity, whether it comes to her career or her relationship. It's just what she strives for. She could have put out a couple albums, lived off the royalties, and just kind of disappeared somewhere. But that's not really her style. She wants to continue to release, continue to re-release, continue to tour, continue to put on these massive 3-hour shows. It's something to take note of because not every artist does it, especially at her level. And we all know from what she seeks from love is she wants that. She doesn't want a fling. She's not looking for, a slew of guys. She's trying to find the one. She's trying to find her honest love, somebody that can love and respect her the way she loves and respects herself and the way she does for other people. When she finally does find that dude, when she finally can be loved like she deserves to be loved, like that guy is going to hit the jackpot. And I don't say that because Taylor's obviously very rich and she's a famous person and all the things that go along with that. I say that because she's a person who cares deeply and she gives it all to people. She puts it out on the line. We've seen her get devastated time and time again. She keeps going out and working for it and trying to find that thing. And when she finds this right guy, like he's going to hit the jackpot. Finding somebody that can love you like that is worth so much more than being rich or whatever. It's just having that kind of connection, that kind of trust, and that kind of stability with somebody is the greatest feeling in the world. And honestly, money can't even buy it. But still, there's the whole doubt angle to this song, whether it be about her career or her relationship. You can see it, and you can see that honesty. She's worried about losing that novelty. She's worried about fading away, the new, prettier thing coming and taking her place, which is, an honest fear I think a lot of people can, relate to, especially when you're in a new relationship and the passion is so intense and, you don't ever want it to end, but you've been burned before, so you can kind of see what might be coming down the road. At the end of the day, she wants and deserves longevity.
What about your promises, promises? What about your promises, promises, promises? What a shame. Didn't wanna be the one that got away, yeah. Big mistake. You wrote the sweetest
Well, at least there's a horn section.
Break down every time you call. We'll wreck you, the wrecking ball. We said no one else. How could you do this, babe? Promises, you really blew this, babe. We ain't getting through this one, babe. This is the last time I'll ever call you, babe.
Are they gonna pan it? Okay, that wasn't bad.
Didn't wanna be the one that got away. How could you do this, babe? You really blew this, babe. We ain't getting through this one, babe. This is the last time I'll ever call you, babe. This is the last time I'll ever call you. I'll be on the kitchen floor. You call, but I won't hear it. You said no one else. We ain't getting through this one, babe. Break out every time you call. We will rescue the wrecking ball. We said no one else. This is the last time I'll ever call you, babe. What about your promises, promises?
All right, well, I at least give her creativity points on this one. I enjoyed the subtle horn section in this. That was kind of neat. It was a little sharp and, I don't know, had some cool stabs here towards this one build that I really enjoyed. Got a little cinematic there for a second. I mean, structurally and overall sonically, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. Like I said, maybe I got my standards too high. I've heard too many songs that have blown me away that like I don't know, I'm kind of constantly expecting greatness, but I think, you know, coherently and, you know, the messages and such I think are kind of telling a lot of the similar stories that we already got from Red. This is probably why this is one of those vault tracks anyway, you know, because I may have leaned too hard onto one story. Everything she needed to say, she said, you know, so deliberately on, you know, the 20 tracks of Red. So I can see why this one would be kind of cut. But, you know, I do appreciate the experimentation here, you know, like with the horn section, the sharper drums and a muted kick on that as well. Kind of gives it like an electronic feel. So you can definitely see that she's kind of like venturing almost in like that pop-esque, but using a live band, which is harder to do than just to use like MIDI tracks or something. So, I mean, I give her points for it. I kind of hope she's covering Christina Aguilera's Message in a Bottle here.
I know
She's
that
not.
you like me, and it's kind of frightening. Standing here waiting, and I became hypnotized by freckles and bright eyes, tongue-tied. But now you're so far away, and I'm down, feeling like a face in the crowd. I'm reaching for you, terrified, 'cause you could be the one that I love. I could be the one that you dream of.
Okay.
Message in a bottle is all I can do. Standing here hoping it gets to you. You could be the one that I keep, and I could be the reason you can't sleep at night. A message in a bottle is all I can do. Standing here hoping it gets to you. These days I'm restless, work days are endless. Look how you made me, but time moves faster, replaying your laughter.
Again, talking about time.
Disaster, 'cause now you're so far away and I'm down, feeling like a face in the crowd. I'm reaching for you, terrified, 'cause you could be the one that I love. I
reversing.
Where are you while I'm wondering if I'll ever see you again? You could be the one that I love. And now I'm standing here hoping it gets to you. 'Cause you could be the one that I love. I could be the one that you dream of. A message in a bottle is all I can do. Standing here hoping it gets to you. You could be the one that I keep, and I could be the reason you can't sleep. I can't sleep, and a message in a bottle is all I can do. Standing here hoping it gets to you. You could be the one that I love. You could be the one that I love. My love. And now I'm standing here hoping this gets to you.
I am a sucker for a synth pop tune. I always have been. I'll always enjoy them. It scratches that inner indie itch that I enjoy so much. And this song is no different. I really enjoyed this one. It had a pretty cool build to it. The overall general vibe of everything. And speaking of love, the passage of time and, you know, what could be and just kind of the anticipation of something great building left me in a positive headspace. You know, the guitar mixed together with the synthetic pads and everything was kind of cool. It kind of created this quasi harmony thing that was really neat and added some cool spatial awareness to the whole thing. Yeah, this one wasn't too bad. I don't mind this one.
3 a.m. and I'm still awake. I'll bet you're just fine, fast asleep in your city. It's better than mine. And the girl in your bed has a fine pedigree. And I'll bet your friends tell you she's better than me.
I appreciate the Bob Dylan, like Tom Petty angle of all of this. It's kind of cool.
Well, I tried to fit in with your upper crust circles. Yeah, they let me sit in back when we were in love. Oh, they sit around talking about the meaning of life and the book that just saved them that I hadn't heard of.
I think I know what she's talking about.
Done and it's over.
Ooh.
I bet you couldn't believe when you realized I'm harder to forget than I was to leave. And I bet you think about me.
That was rich.
You grew up in a silver spoon gated community, glamorous, shiny, bright Beverly Hills. I was raised on a farm, no, it wasn't a mansion, just living room dancing and kitchen table bills. But you know what they say, you can't help who you fall for. And you and I fell like an early spring snow.
That's beautiful.
Reality crept in, you said we're too different. You laughed at my dreams, rolled your eyes at my jokes. Mr. Superior thinking, do you have all the space that you need? I don't have to be your shrink to know that you'll never be happy. And I bet you think about me. I bet you think about me. Yes, I bet you think about me. Oh, but lock it all out. The voice is so loud saying, why did you let her go? Does it make you feel sad that the love that you're looking for is the love that you had. Now you're out in the world, searching for your soul, scared not to be hip, scared to get old.
Oh.
Chasing make-believe status. Last time you felt free was when none of that shit mattered, 'cause you were with me.
This is wild.
But now that we're done and it's over, I bet it's hard to believe, but it turned out I'm harder to forget than I was to leave. And yeah, I bet you think about me.
This is so good.
I bet you think about me. Yes, I bet you think about me. I bet you think about me when you're out at your cool indie music concerts every week. I bet you think about me in your house with your organic shoes and your
What the fuck is an organic shoe?
couch. I bet you think about
$1 million couch.
when you say, oh my god, she's insane, she wrote a song about me. I bet you think about me.
Shots fired, man. I always like to say that I pride myself in not getting, involved in Taylor Swift's love life and not getting involved in the gossip or the rumors. This story I know a little bit about, and I gotta say 100% shots fired. But before we get to the song, which was lyrically, I think, very fun, well, let's just talk about her and Chris Stapleton. I think she sounded fantastic. I think Chris added a really nice baritone and a touch of rasp. Together, they came together with this beautiful harmony. Structurally, this is awesome. It leans into that kind of almost quasi-blues-esque with touches of Bob Dylan and hints of Tom Petty. Poor Taylor Swift is still awake. It's 3 a.m. She's in her bed, and she's just thinking that, like, this dude's in a better city than hers. That's just something I know of the story of her and this Jake dude. He would criticize her for not being as hip or as cool or as indie, and she definitely leaned into that with like the organic shoes, the $1 million couch. Taylor paints herself as more of like a hometown girl. She's the girl next door, she's dancing in the kitchen and there's bills up on the counter, just like stuff that everyday real Americans are just like dealing with and seeing every single day. The experiences that we all have. But she sees the difference. There's two different worlds here. She was allowed to sit with the in crowd, the Hollywood elite, for a second. And they're talking about these things that don't really seem like they have any real weight to it. It seems like they're trying to like one up each other in the cool factor. They're always chasing the idea of, liking the new trendier thing and staying young. And in reality, they're not really having any kind of meaningful, deep, real conversations. It's just kind of like, I know this thing and I read this book that nobody knows, so that makes me cool. I've never really been around like Hollywood elite, but I've definitely run into like hipster crowds like that, and it's like kind of sickening. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? So she calls him out down here about his Beverly Hills lifestyle, his Silver Spoon lifestyle, and how she's not exactly from that, how he's superior thinking. And I really like the angle of all of this because it sounds almost kind of sweet and the whole thing rings out like kind of a love song, sonically at least. But in reality, she's basically saying it was easier to dismiss me, but now that I'm gone, now that I'm not here, you're probably regretting it. You're probably regretting the fact that I'm not here. I can 100% guarantee that he is, especially if he's like kind of as shallow and is like trend seeking as she kind of outlines. I can see why this one wouldn't be on the album, but God, I wish it was. I feel like this one is a perfect example that would have fit within the theme of the album. It would have had a place on the album. Sonically, it would have added like a different texture to the whole thing. So yeah, this is my favorite one for sure off of the Vault tracks. I've enjoyed some of the other ones, but it's not like this one. This one is the complete package. We've got Taylor firing shots. We've got a sonic palette of like a bar time ballad. We've got a beautiful harmony with Chris Stapleton and Taylor. I mean, I think this is just the entire package. I really enjoyed this one. More horns.
He says he doesn't believe anything much he hears these days. He says, why fall in love just so you can watch it go away? He spends most of his nights wishing it was how it used to be. He spends most of his flights getting pulled down by gravity. I call just checking up on him. He's up 3 a.m. pacing.
Sounds familiar.
He says it's not just a phase I'm in. My voice comes out begging. All this time I didn't know you were breaking
Oh.
down. I'd fall to pieces on the floor if you weren't around.
Love the inflections.
To know it gets better. I'll be summer sun for you forever. Forever winter if you go.
It's so fucking sweet. Love the horn section.
He seems fine most of the time, forcing smiles and never minds. His laugh is a symphony. When the lights go out, it's hard to breathe. I pull at every thread, trying to solve the puzzles in his head. Live my life scared to death. He'll decide to leave instead. I call just checking up on him. He's up 5 a.m. wasted, long gone, not even listening. My voice comes out screaming. All this time I didn't know you were breaking down. I'd fall to pieces on the floor if you weren't around. Too young to know it gets better. I'll be summer sun for you forever. Forever winter if you go.
These bridges are awesome.
If I was standing there in your apartment, I'd take that bomb in your head and disarm it. I'd say I love you even at your darkest, and please don't go. I didn't know you were breaking down. I'd fall to pieces on the floor if you weren't around. Too young to know it gets better. I'll be summer sun for you forever. Forever winter if you go. I'll be summer sun forever. At 3 a.m. wasted. All this time I didn't know. At 5 a.m. wasted. I'd be in pieces on the floor. Forever winter if you go. He says he doesn't believe anything much he hears these days. I say, believe in one thing, I won't go away.
I felt this one in my soul. So obviously she's not talking about how she's feeling personally, but she could definitely pull similarities here, you know, being awake at 3 a.m., just pacing, running through their mind. This is really sweet. I believe she's talking about a friend that she has who's a little bit younger. I hope she's not talking about her brother, but I mean, who knows? She's been in these situations before where she's felt hurt and, you know, in this, you know, numb phase and in fog for months or almost a year at a time. She understands it, but she also understands that it gets better. And she's really sharing some empathy here about her friend that is just at the end of his rope. You know, he doesn't see a way out. He doesn't know if he's ever going to be loved. He doesn't know if he's ever going to find this happiness. And, you know, these are doubts that I think at one point in our lives, we've all kind of had about ourselves. But at least this dude is lucky enough to have a friend like Taylor Swift, We should all be striving to be a friend like this. When a friend is feeling like this, that is just destroying themselves by just drinking all night, and just not being there and trying to mask the pain in any sort of self-destructive way they can. We should, strive to be better friends and better people and try and lift them up and listen and do whatever we can, because we don't know, man. People make dumb decisions very quickly and then they're gone forever. I think Taylor's outlining that, and she's saying, it would be forever winter. I would not be the same. You would destroy a piece of me if you weren't here. It shows love. It shows compassion. It shows empathy. It's touching. It strikes in something real for me. Lyrically, this is just absolutely beautiful and brilliant, and it's just so relatable, and it's kind of heavy, yeah, for sure, but it's one of those songs that need to be sung. It's one of those messages that people need to hear. It also teaches us a lesson as the friend or a loved one or whatever, to be checking up on people, just to throw that phone call out there, do what you need to do just to make sure people that you care about are okay, because we're all fighting battles that not everybody knows about, letting them know that they matter. And if they weren't here, a piece of you would forever be lost. I think that can be incredibly meaningful. And this is just something that she understands. She understands empathetic enough to basically write a song about it, share it with them, have this moment together, and also just be there for them. This is beautiful.
Give me the keys, I'll bring the car back around. We shouldn't be in this town. And my so-called friends, they don't know I'd drive away before I let you go. So give me a reason and don't say no, no. There's a chain round your throat, piece of paper where I wrote, I'll wait for you.
It's almost
There's a
acapella-ish.
key on the chain, there's a picture in a frame. Take it with you and run like you run from the law. Darling, let's run from it all. We can go where our eyes can take us, go where no one else is. Run, ooh, run, ooh, run, ooh, run. See you laugh like a child, and I'll sing like no one cares. No one to be, no one to tell.
Just be.
I could see this view 100 times. Pale blue sky reflected in your eyes. So give me a reason and don't say no, no. And the note from the locket, you keep it in your pocket since I gave it to you. There's a heart on your sleeve, I'll take it when I leave and hold it for you. And run like you run from the law.
These harmonies.
Darling, let's run from it all. We can go like they're trying to chase us, go where no one else is. Run, ooh, run, ooh, run, ooh, run. There's been this hole in my heart. This thing was a shot in the dark. Say you'll never let them tear us apart. And I hold on to you while we run. Like you'd run from the law. Darling, let's run from it all.
take us. Go where no one else is. Run, ooh, run, ooh, run, ooh, run, run.
I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get claustrophobic. I get claustrophobic with my own life, and I just dream of just taking my wife and just running away and starting over somewhere. I think that's something we all share, and I think it's something they obviously share as well. I'm telling you, one of these days, Taylor's just going to go to the lakes, and we're just never going to hear from her again. She'll just be like, all right, I'm done. My theory is it's going to be once she finds true love. I think that's what it is, man. It's a song about escaping, about just getting out of the funk that you're in and just going somewhere and just being, not being so concerned with people's opinions or thoughts or whatever. Laugh like a child and sing like nobody cares and nobody's watching. Like, just truly just be people without the pressures of life. I've been there. I'm assuming most people have as well. I'm assuming most people also have heard this song and thought, okay, I understand it from Taylor's point of view. I mean, hey, if she says something, it's going to be news the next day. If she makes one wrong move, everybody's going to be talking about it and just criticizing her. Like, there's almost like no right move for her. And she probably feels really trapped, probably more than probably us. Like, even if you're not, a celebrity like Taylor Swift, whose every move is going to be criticized, we all kind of do the same thing. We have different personalities for different aspects of our life. We have to be on in different ways. Just think about like how you behave in your workplace. Are you talking to people how you would normally talk to them if there wasn't the pressure of losing your job? I mean, hell, even in the grocery stores, you have to be on in some kind of way. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they keep making the aisles in the grocery stores just like that much smaller. There was a time when America was glorious, when we could easily navigate through somebody in the grocery store. Just go down the aisle, one person could go one way, they could go the other way, and that would be it. You do a head nod and everything was fine. But I'm pretty convinced at this point, they're basically taking these aisles and every year just shrinking them an inch. So there's no way to get by people. And I think they're doing this because they want us to snap. I want to run away to a place where those aisles are wide. All right. I want 3-4 carts going by at given times. I want a super highway of flexibility in my grocery store aisles, and I'm just not getting it. And God forbid if somebody bumps your cart, dude. I don't care. You don't own this cart. They don't own that grocery cart. But if they like even tap into your cart, it feels like they just backed up into your car. I don't know what it is, but I think the grocery stores of America are trying to systematically break us down. I don't know why, but they're fucking out there doing it.
I wish I could fly high. I'd pick you up and we'd go back in time. I'd write this in the sky. I miss you like it was the very first night. And so it goes, every weekend the same party. I never go alone, and I don't seem broken-hearted. My friends all say they know everything I'm going through. I drive down different roads, but they all lead back to you. 'Cause they don't know about the night in the hotel. They were riding in the car when we both fell. Didn't read the note on the Polaroid picture. They don't know how much I miss you. I wish I could fly high. I'd pick you up and we'd go back in time. I'd write this in the sky. I miss you like it was the very first night. And so it was, we never saw it coming. Not trying to fall in love, but we did like children running. Back then we didn't know we were built to fall apart. We broke the status quo, then we broke each other's hearts. But don't forget about the night out in LA. Danced in the kitchen, chased me down through the hallway. No one knows about the words that we whispered. No one knows how much I miss you. I wish I could fly high. I'd pick you up and we'd go back in time. I'd write
one was all right. Probably not one of my favorites of the Vault tracks, but it's decent at least. I like the angle of kind of being able to share a secret with somebody, and that's kind of what she's doing here. I would imagine this song is personally meaningful to her. She's talking about these Polaroids and these whispers and like these secret moments they shared together and just laughing and dancing and chasing each other around this house, and about how it's kind of like their special moment. Even though they're not together anymore, she wishes she could go back to that point of magic and like the butterflies in her stomach and the excitement of spending a first night together. And that's kind of what this song is reminiscing on. Sonically, this one is fine. Structurally, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this tune. I enjoyed the beat mapping for the most part. I think the electronic arpeggiated melody was kind of an interesting and cool little touch. I really enjoy how there was no sustain on that, so everything just kind of felt sharp. It was like these, I don't know, like this galloping staccato through the entirety of the song. So the next song would be Taylor Swift's All Too Well, the 10-minute version. Now, I broke down the music video. I actually made like a 45-minute video talking about the relationship, the sound design, the lyrics, the whole thing. It's this big thing. So I'm not going to do it again. The video is available for everybody here on Patreon. Check it out if you're new around here, if you haven't seen it. A lot of people seem to like it. So there it is, Taylor Swift's Vault tracks from Red. I gotta say, it's kind of hit or miss for me. Some of the songs really struck me and were beautiful, and they were just like these wild stories that I was immersed in. Some of them were all right, and I could see why they wouldn't be on the album. Overall, structurally and sonically, I think everything has its place, and they're very well constructed songs. I think every one of these songs, even the ones I didn't immediately resonate with, are still put together in a poetic way, and are interesting to listen to. It's still just kind of like a neat little cool thing that she does for her fans. I mean, look at this. This is like 9 extra songs. It's basically like another album on top of the re-release album. She could just like essentially print money at this point. She could just redo the songs and people would want to listen to the album. One, because they want to support her and not support the stolen version. And 2, they want to see how her current inflection or how her current voice sounds with these tracks, or just a remastered version. I mean, hell, remastered albums happen all the time. Very rarely is there also like a bonus album kind of hidden in that album. Artists might have like 1 or 2 songs, or like a remix of a song, or an acoustic version here or there. She kind of does it all. She'll have acoustic versions of it, and then she'll also hit you with like 5 to 8 new tracks. She definitely puts value on it. It makes you actually want to purchase these albums and support them. At some point, once I'm done with all of them, I'm going to get every one of the records, and maybe I'll just like hang them up on the wall or put them over there or something. I don't know. I'm going to start collecting records. All right, so next up on the Red Era journey, we got 2 more things to get to, then we can move on to the next album. The first thing we have to do is check out all the music videos from this era. Also, I've been told there's some soundtrack songs as well, stuff from the Hunger Games, possibly music video. We're gonna be checking all that out when I do the music videos, which should be up the next couple days or so. And then I'm gonna be moving on to some live performances. Now, guys, some of you have been very cool with me, and you've already shared some live performances and things you want to see. I'm putting together an entire list. If there is a specific live performance you want me to check out, a specific song, even a concert, any of that stuff, please let me know down in the comments down there. I do go through all of them, and I'm compiling a giant list. Then after that, we move on to the next album. The next era, we just dive in like we've been going forward. All right, guys, but this has been a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching today, and I'll be back real soon with the next video. You guys have a wonderful night. Bye now.